Welcome back to the Tell You What podcast with me, Aleavey, my co-host Talal, Jomar, and a very, very special guest, the king of Northern Ireland TikTok. I actually heard someone say if Tim McGarry was born in TikTok era, it would be this man. It's John Devlin, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
What is happening, gentlemen? Oh, he's getting on. So he's Catholic or Protestant or what? Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my thoughts.
I'm neither, by the way.
No?
No. Straight up Muslim, baby. Straight up. Fucking.
But are you Catholic Muslim or Protestant Muslim? You know what I mean? Like, what's the story there? Like,
Chucky or Allah. What about that? Damn words there. Hopefully that answers the question.
That's a bit. To be fair, that's the best. That's the best response I've had. Not that I've ever asked it before. To anyone apart from you, Talal.
You met me, you didn't even need to ask me. You just go, I know exactly. Skip the formalities here. You dirty pig, is what you said to me.
Sean, have you went less grey since, or is it just the camera?
It's a filter. I pay a lot of money to have this filter put on every week for the episode. Yeah.
Here, John, don't be fooled by him. He went, how can I look better? Oh, I know I'll start a podcast with the ugliest, fattest comedian in the scene. He's like, Sean's on the
This'll do it.
I have like a less grey filter on my face, and then for Talal, he doesn't know this, but it's actually a double chin and bald and hairline feature. But thankfully, I didn't need to pay for that, so that's all right.
Oh, the zinger, really.
But John, I've got to say, John, what I always find interesting about this podcast is that we do it obviously, in online. And it's like the setup that everyone has. You kind of get a wee glimpse behind the curtain of what someone's room looks like or the background. Tal's clearly got the I live at my mom's house still. I've got the I don't know what this is, but I'm trying to display some sort of shoes in the background. You are given exactly what I thought your background would look like. It's just trapped in a basement.
Basically, it's like if you look sort of to, I don't know what side it is. If you look to my right side, I'm like a 14-year-old that never grew up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you look to the sort of to the right hand side there over on this end, you can see sort of the clothes that I wear during the week. To the left there, you can see where I house my tortoise, and then up to the right is the literal black mold. That's probably going to kill me. Do you know what I mean? But
the Black Death that's coming in for you.
Hold on a minute. You have a pet tortoise.
Aye, a pet tortoise. Aye.
Can you get him out? Can you get him out there? No.
It's a her actually. It's fun. It's trans. So fuck up.
Grow up. Fucking grow up.
Right, give me 1 second. Let me look at my hole here. I don't. Imagine I'm wearing trousers, or that'd be unreal.
That'd be so funny.
I really hope it's like, do you like one of them like Dumb Dumber? It's like just dead. It's just a dead fucking stuffed animal or something like that. It's like,
the back's all sellotape. Yeah. The back's all sellotape because he's done it one day.
Oh my god.
She's having the worst time of her life right now, you know what I mean? Like she just got pulled out and now is staring directly into fucking Talal's soul. But this is Tito. She has this weird thing where she's like a weird. Now I don't really hold any kind of fucking political views, as you well know, but she does. She definitely does. She's been known to attack Protestants. I don't know why. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I guess everybody can have their own political views. I've had her for about 8 years. She doesn't react to much except for speeches from Jerry Adams. And it's good, you know what I mean? It's a nice little tortoise. But she can move at the speed of light, which is another thing that a lot of people aren't aware that tortoises can do, particularly when I drop her. And she's just, apart from that, she does fuck all. Do you know what I mean?
John, do you remember before we started recording? As like those things aren't real, that those conditions don't exist.
Yeah.
You just proved to me that to do. You just proved me. And you have every single one of them. Good lad.
Every single one.
Do you know what's also not helping your case? The massive headphones. That just
I know.
That just
well, to be fair, for some, I don't know if it's Talal's head or whatever, but like his are fucking ridiculously small size. You know what I mean? But they could be
massive.
totally normal on another person.
They're massive headphones. Like, they're bigger than the ones you have on your head.
Double XL, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do now.
You look like an evil boss. Just sitting there like, welcome to my
I'd be shy. The only thing I'd be good at is attempting tax evasion, and that'll be about it, but still failing.
You look like you've entered like a primary school fucking dress up competition as Master Splinter. It's fucking Donatello.
The other three are dead now. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I absolutely love? We actually haven't really given you an intro. We're just like, well, John, what's the crack?
This is good enough.
Like 4 minutes in, you're like, this is my pet turtle.
Did you ever watch the movie Dinner for Schmucks?
No.
What? You never? You know what? If you had watched it, this would have been, everybody would have been laughing.
The internet will know though. The internet will know.
So Dinner for Schmucks, long story short, is all these rich guys, and every year they have a competition. They bring the weirdest person to like a dinner, and the weirdest one wins. This is essentially this is it. You're winning so far, John, by a mile.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But it's a weird. It's weird under a tortoise. You know what I mean? Because in the middle of the night, it doesn't obviously bark or whatever. But it scratches for attention, you know what I mean? So every so often you just hear this weird scratch. But in 3 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty scary. You know what I mean? That can be real. Yeah. That can be real haunted stuff. It's also going to shit on my PlayStation, which it's getting stuck. I kind of want to watch it happen. It's not animal abuse, but I kind of want to watch it happen. You know what I mean? Just see. Sometimes it can flip itself and then unflip itself, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So we just do that for the podcast. Just put the camera on the tortoise for an hour and I'm saying just watch what happens.
We'll all do really shit David Attenborough impressions.
I'm here to see.
That was
it. Here he is taking a shit on top of the PlayStation. The tortoise is also in the background walking away.
Here it is, trying to mate with my right. I'm gonna send him back. Give me 2 seconds.
Put him back around.
See you later on, Tito.
Yes, what a legend. That's the first time we've had an animal on the podcast. Well, there's normally only 2 animals on the podcast. Am I right?
Fucking right. It's not only downhill after this show. You can't have that. We should kept a tortoise to the end.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna. God, that's the wild thing to do. Have a tortoise in your room, though.
I was genuinely like going, why is he got that red light? Why is he got that red light? And I was like, is he going like spuds or beans or something in his gaff?
I'm not gonna lie, John. I thought you were growing weed. I thought it was weed.
And do you know what? I wouldn't be unproud of it. Like if it was the case. No, unfortunately, I'm just growing a literal tortoise. But
I have a question for you, John. Right? So we're obviously 8 minutes, and we're all best friends now. All the viewers know you in depth because you own a tortoise. But for people that may not have seen you, there's people that have only seen you really from like the chin up on TikTok and stuff like that.
Yes, that
like
is true. Yeah.
Sketches. So like. Talk us through and just like introduce, like, you've obviously been on TikTok, you've done a bit of stand-up now. What else have you done? Your fucking podcasting world and all this here. What do you describe yourself as? Because you're in that weird thing where you're making funny videos.
I don't like. It's the weirdest fucking thing, lads. But it's just it's like. Do you know, like, whenever people try and describe, like, art or whatever, like, I don't have a fucking clue. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea, sort of, any idea of how any of this sort of stuff works. I just had a really, really dumb idea one day of setting movies in Northern Ireland. And then I found a really ridiculously stupid way of doing it, where I could put myself in any situation by literally just aiming the camera down slightly on a green screen, which removed the entire background. And then I would create a little Photoshop version so that I could turn myself into any character. man, woman, alien, whatever it is. And then I've sort of just developed it from there. I can't really, there is no way really to define it. It's an oddity, if you will. You know what I mean? I don't know how it's worked either. It's one of the weirdest things that shouldn't work but does, you know, that sort of way.
Yeah.
And I've never found it funny, not once. You know, but
really?
like, you know, no, literally, I've never watched one of the videos, but like, fuck, that was the greatest thing I've ever made. They all look fucking ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but literally, having that sort of, what's the word for it? Having that knack for something and wanting to actually sort of try something a bit different is important in life. You know what I mean? And that's why we're all here being cunts, really, online. You know, like.
Because it's like I don't think anyone has ever seen the kind of content you make. Do you know what I mean? It's so unique.
It's totally unique. It's so fucking
there's no one else sort of chopping their head on the bodies like that.
No.
Even if it's not Northern Ireland, sort of like movie sense, just that whole like look of it all. It's so fucking on its own.
In 10 years, I would be the perfect serial killer story. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it started. But like
the tortoise killer.
But he ended up. I don't know, man. I just the idea of it all came around from just one really, really simple, dumb idea where I thought to myself, like, wouldn't Star Wars be wild funny if it was just two lads from Belfast trying to kill each other who were smacked out? And that was it. And that's literally the whole concept. Like, from there, that's what we've grown into. I literally just do the same 5 jokes over and over and over and over and over again, and for some reason they still work. You know, I've only had maybe like 5 or 6 comments of people being like, "Fuck up," you know what I mean? But like, apart from that, it's grand.
You're gonna get that. Yeah, you're always gonna get that. That's always something I'm very jazzed about your videos, apart from the views, obviously. But your TikTok comment section, Northern Ireland is the biggest cesspool for fucking idiots in terms of like anything that. And whenever you do Northern Ireland versions of anything, you're just opening yourself up for hate. Like, I do content on like, oh, I've run this wee comedy club, and people were like, does he support Celtic or Rangers? Fucking you're going, I'm not even going down that angle, but you go down this.
No, you gotta lean in on it. You gotta lean on it. Like, that's the thing.
I don't think you don't really get it as much for someone that like leans really into the Northern Ireland stuff.
No, I didn't pick a side. That's the key. If you go hard on it and don't ever mention what I like, obviously if you look far enough into my last name, you'll get it. Do you know what I mean? But like, I've never leaned into one side or the other, so they always get confused. What I love, my favorite thing is I have two. One person will say something really, really negative. Say it's like fuck you, you know, fuck the Pope and all the rest and blah blah blah. And then the other one will come in and be like, this is fucking disgusting, me. Like, what are you know, blah blah blah. Like, then it'll be like underneath it'll be like up the raw. And then I'll be like, you know, and then I've made videos on one side of it, like, so I'll always do like one side or the other. I'll try and keep it sort of even as much as I can. But when I make videos about Protestants, I are like on the Protestant side of things where I'm taking the piss out of the Catholics. My favorite thing in the world is I have a ridiculous amount of Catholics that just start listing, you know, like, fuck you, you know, you know, like, our time will come, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh no. Don't say that. I'm like playing like a double agent or a triple agent or whatever it's class.
I only ever had one sort of incident with online. Well, I've a couple of online, but this is a one where I went, right, Talal, you sort of need to like ease off a bit. I don't like Scottish football, right? Don't like it. Don't like Celtic. Don't like Rangers, right? Don't like what they stand for. And I had a friend who, me and him would have slagged each other on Twitter when Arsenal got beat and Celtic got beat. It was just a wee thing we had, right? And that was it.
Yeah.
Celtic got beat one time and I tweeted something. And a guy actually tweeted me, like, was like, we know where you live. The boys are coming around for you. And I'm like, I've literally just slagged Celtic football team. Like, calm yourselves down.
Yeah.
I'm coming for your disgrace. And I'm going,
yeah.
I shouldn't be by you shouldn't be by Livingston then, should you? You know what I mean? So
he definitely said it as well, Joe. The boys BHOYS that he's talking
about. Ridiculously dyslexic. That's what they all were. You know, like,
how do Scottish people get away with that? Just being so dyslexic. Do you ever see like Scottish Twitter? It's just like every word is spelled wrong. And you're going, what in the world is this language? But
it's their own thing. You know what I mean? It's their own thing. Like, I I found out something recently about America. I think it's mad, and I'll get on to the American topic. They're the main ones that have ever really went on like a hate spree against me, which I find really ironic. Because over here, nobody's had a problem. But do you know in the American systems they reduce? So like say their whole fucking they cross all 50 states or whatever, they fuck up and their exam boards, you know, like they everyone fails or whatever. Do you know they just reduce how hard it is for the next year? And then and they've been doing that.
Yeah, they lower the barrier,
yeah. So like, you know, like they're always like, oh, we're the smartest country in the world, blah blah blah. You know, weirdly, there's random smicks in Northern Ireland who are smarter than them. But the big one for me, my favorite one I ever had, and you'll notice I never reply that much to negative comments. I think it's one of those sort of things I just kind of don't give much energy to. My favorite one of all time was I made a video. One of the most viral videos I ever had was one set. It was like what Americans think, or how Americans think St. Patrick got rid of the snakes. And by the end of it, it was literally a dumb video where at the end of it, basically, he flies an Apache helicopter around and blows up the snakes. And that was the whole concept, right? Obviously. But the best, I got a fucking slew. And this is the weirdest group I never thought. I thought they were all gone. But the weirdest hate group that I had developed around this was pagans. You know what I mean? Pagans got really involved in American pagans. Not oh, dude, like, you know, people who believe in like the sun and the earth and, you know, like
I genuinely thought you meant like people that were into pagan. I know it's going to sound really hacky. I thought you meant like the pagan community.
No.
where do I sign up? I get all excited.
You're like, but
he bucked the snakes out. He bucked the snakes out.
He bucked every one of them. You're the big one and all. But the wife got them and all. The biggest one that I got was like, I'll basically leave these ridiculously long things explaining how what I said was wrong or what I did was wrong. So we're like, fucking, it's a symbol for people, or it's a symbol for the pagans who were killed in Ireland by St. Patrick and Catholicism and all the rest. And this is disgusting. And then the ones that were really like, this is not how it happened. You know, like they actually, you know, it's all symbol, blah, blah. And I remember just the only comment I've ever replied to properly against the hate comment, like a slew of them, was just like, that's weird, lad. I don't remember him having an Apache helicopter either, but you're, you know, like, but no, it was, that was one of the most mad times. That happened on St. Paddy's Day. And that was the only time I've ever felt like fucking, I don't know, famous or whatever. You know what I mean? I was up in doing the parade, not doing the parades, but I was up at the parades, and I had a lot of people stop me that day. It was weird. You know, it's a weird thing.
Wait, you're at the St. Patrick's Day parades?
Yeah, in Belfast. Yeah. And that video sort of went viral that day.
Everyone that's tuned in to figure out is John Catholic or Protestant. We're getting one step closer. We're
I've also go to the 12. Fuck you.
You're good. You're good.
Like square one.
I'm trying to figure out our tortoise is more Protestant or Catholic, Pat. I don't know.
That's actually a good question. Right. Well, I can run you through it.
I know how do Catholics call them tortoise and Protestants call them turtles?
Ooh.
I've never questioned it. What would you say vegans are more?
Cons. Low hanging fruit. That was I actually don't think vegans are like any. I think they're atheists. If you're going to be a vegan, you're like
orthodox or something.
You're rogue. Can we give you a list of animals then, and you can determine whether or not they're Catholics,
okay. I'm cool with that. Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Talal, feel free to jump in with your opinion on these. So cats.
Okay.
Cats, Protestant.
Yeah.
100% Protestant. No, did I hit that?
Dogs.
Catholic. I would verge on Catholic. I would verge on that. Catholics don't go to mass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of like, you know what I mean? They've never really accepted the Eucharist or whatever. They're just they go.
They
told them to go.
They do the majors, as I call them. Easter.
Yeah.
Have to tune in. Like
they've seen the odd communion.
And like, what other animals are? If you have a pet snake, what's a snake?
That's a risky one. No, I think snakes would be Catholic. I don't know. There's something about them. I know the tradition, the sort of traditional view used to go sort of towards the Protestant thing, but that's only because of the symbolism. But if we break down what a snake really is, you know, it would definitely be more. It'd be more Catholic. You know what I mean? More. Well, its eyes are closer together. I don't know. You know, it's a tough one.
I'll do two more. A pet budgie or like a bird.
Awesome. No, budgies never fuck up. They're definitely Catholic. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say Protestant.
Oh, I don't
right?
Protestants.
Protestants are far more reserved than a budgie. A budgie never, like imagine budgies would go to Thompson's. They would go to Thompson's Garage for sure. You know what I mean? Like they would wreck the Holy Land on the 12th, or wreck the Holy Land on the 12th as well, and on St. Paddy's Day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then hamsters the last one.
Jews, because make the world go round.
Jews.
The wee fucking spring wheel.
19 minutes in, Talal got his Jew references. There we go.
That's it. That was good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with Talal only because I'm scared to not agree with him.
Correct answer. This is why we keep getting blacklisted on fucking YouTube. Talal keeps giving his opinions on fucking.
Hold on a minute. First episode, Sean, you nearly got us cancelled, but anyway. That's it.
What did I say?
What did he say?
No, sorry. The very first episode we did, somebody nearly cancelled us because I have a stutter.
Right?
Oh wait, no.
That's discriminatory. Right?
And because I stuttered, and whenever Sean put out the clip, the person never waited for me to finish the rest of the sentence. I just took it from I started to like stop at the middle of a sentence.
Okay.
In fairness, we're still fucking waiting on him to finish that sentence. We have no idea where he's going.
And I will say this: to finish that sentence wouldn't have been anywhere near as funny as what Sean said. So Sean finished my sentence.
Fair.
It would have been way more sexist too. But anyway, we'll move on. This is the problem with podcasts, right? This is genuinely for people listening at home, right? When you have a podcast and everyone listens to this, they know we're all having a crack. See, when you put a clip with not the whole context of the conversation out there, that's where everyone's getting. So this whole cancel culture and podcast bullshit, it's the clips that get you fucked up.
Sean's definitely
John, just tell me why you hate women. Anyway, just
I was gonna say, literally, you're just gonna cut together when I say three separate words. Like I hate Protestants.
We have set this up in a way where we will get you saying the N-word. We have got right, we'll jump into some local news, I think. So our big local news this week is, we sort of touched on this beforehand. I put a wee clip of stand-up about it. The Belfast boat, the infamous Belfast cruise ship that's going 3.5 years round the world, left Belfast, which I'm not joking, I must have received 50 messages from people being like, "You see that boat left? You see that boat left?" And then an hour later, I received another 50 messages because the boat got as far as Bangor and had to dock again because it broke down.
You know what it is, though, right? We have a long fucking journey here. We'll watch the Titanic, and they went, "Oh no, fucking spin this."
Do you think they like took it out to sea for like a day and then brought them back and be like, "New location, Bangor." You know what I mean? Like, that must be shake. I was thinking though, have you ever been on a cruise before? No.
I've
been on. I went. The girlfriend's obsessed with them, so we've been on 2 so far, and I would feel so fucking. I would be so fucked if like them people treat you like royalty on the cruise, like the main people. The main hostesses or whatever, and you are literally from start to finish treated like completely. Like I had one when I was there called Elvis, and Elvis was like a personal, and he was an Indian fella, lovely. I know, weird, but lovely. I need it for context, but
please tell me he done Elvis songs, like he done like an Elvis.
No, I didn't ask him on the plans, but no. But he did.
Shall play the house rock?
But
all sicked up. Like, come on here.
Do you mind, Sean, when you said a while back about getting cancelled and all? I get it.
I can get away with it. I can get away with it.
You get But so I was thinking like they have to, in order for them to get, not in order for them to get tips, but like one of the sort of the main push for them to get, like, they get massive tips from the Americans if they're treated really well and all. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking like 3 months of trying to be a nice person. Imagine that to just cunts on a boat would be the most ridiculous thing in the world. Imagine like you having to serve somebody's dinner 3 times a day, and they've and the Americans fucking like when people are offering me food, 100%. Come on, blah, 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 thank you so much. When they were Americans, it's like, oh, can I get 3 more lobsters? You know what I mean? The guy was obviously like, no. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you mean, man? You know what I mean?
There's no lobsters in the lagoon.
Do you like cod? Do you like cod?
There's a battered fish and chips for you, lads.
Straight from Iceland. You know, like that's the shop. But they would be fucking. I'd be like, I don't think I could do that kind of work, especially if I was stuck. And they probably as well had to go into the streets of Belfast after. And do you think they took away anything from it? You know, like, do you think the Americans took any away from our wonderful culture?
Oh yeah, 100%. Americans love it here.
They do love it here.
They do love it here, but you know, like 3 months here, like they love it for a weekend. You know what I mean? I can't imagine them coming over here and being like, I've been to the pavilion 17 times.
Well, that is the part of the story I never really got out. That is the ultimate down bad moment. From the Monday night comedy at the pal, and you're going, yeah, we're running out of things to do here, pal. I'm like, yeah, you don't say.
Just spending a week cycling around with them like party bus bikes, like around. What I don't know what they're called. You know what I mean? Like the
Belfast bikes. Yeah.
Belfast bikes. Just fucking I'll say just when I cycle around Belfast.
But what I realized was like there's loads of these like people that are going on that have sold their house, and it's kind of actually quite morbid because like I think people plan on dying on this cruise. Do you know what I mean? Like not returning to anything. But I reckon it's been 3 months. I reckon at least one person was meant to go on that cruise. Has probably died and been buried in Belfast.
Or died worse in Belfast. 100%.
Just left them here like, I don't know what to tell you, pal. Sorry.
That's them fucked. The weirdest thing I heard from the cruise was I talking to the entertainment manager, and he told me that like apparently I'm not gonna name the ship, but like they have like 11 people go over a year. You know what I mean? And they were saying to me like they go overboard, like they die. Like they get rooted off, you know what I mean? Because it's like a fucking 30-story building that's floating on the ocean, you know what I mean? And when you fall off the edge, that you dead, you're fucking, you know, you hit the water. What's fucked up though is that like when it happens, what kills you usually isn't the drop, like that'll fuck you up. What kills you is getting sucked into the turbine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So apparently, like, they do end up going, like, you know, like, whenever that happens, and it was really fucked up. There was these, like, they told me about these, like, codes they have so they don't warn any other, you know, like, so nobody's freaking out and having this mass panic and stuff. But I think it's, like, a color code system or something. So it's, like, green, blue, and then, like, 22 green, you know, 15 blue. And all. And he told me some of them, and, like, throughout the cruise, really fucked up. Like, I was hearing these, you know, like different, like 22 blue meant like fucking somebody just had a heart attack. But the way that they announce it on the, like, you know, the main thing is like 22 blue, 22 blue. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a couple of people just fucking legging it down, you know. Like, I mean, everyone else is trying to keep the illusion that everyone's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the cruise must be mad though, you know, or in Belfast, really.
I've always said I'd never do a cruise ever. Never.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I hate open water. It's not right that them boats don't float. Them boats don't fucking sink. It's not right.
Aye.
And as you say, if you fall over, like
that's you done. Fucking you've got post-Titanic syndrome. You know what I mean?
But I hate open water. Like if I'm in an airplane and it lands on water, I ain't getting out of that plane.
Is it?
I'm sorry, Paul, but that's not going to end well for you either. Like,
oh no, I will burn to death. I will burn to death quicker.
Fire some water.
No, but it's not even that. Like you have to jump in the water before you inflate your thing. I'm inflating before I jump in.
That'll be
here. Joe, I don't get. See, whenever like, so Joe, the way like on planes, the middle, that rows beside the emergency exits. That's actually a good point. Joe, the way those like are always for like larger people. Or larger people tend to book them because there's more room and more leg space. Yeah. That is the worst fucking idea ever because that is the last person you want in front of that wee hole when shit goes down. Like something lanky, massive American, like fucking 7 foot tall and 7 foot wide, and like, yeah, no boy, I'm gonna get us out here. Get you out of the way.
Just
the last person we should be worrying about.
Walker can't reach.
It's like a cork and stuck in a bottle. We're gonna be trapped. You were mentioning there about the codes, the different things like the red, blue, and stuff like that. When I worked as a lifeguard, we had that because we had like radios that would like talk to each other, but had to go to different parts of like the building. There was no channel just for lifeguards. So we'd go to reception, go to the gym, so everyone could hear what you're saying. So like if there was like someone taking a heart attack, say, or someone had to get in the water, code red, everyone fucking go. Code yellow was if someone fainted or something like that, but it was like dry side. Code brown, somebody shit in the pool.
Yeah. Like, fucks. I never knew you worked as a lifeguard.
So creative.
Oh, code brown. That is like that. To me, that's more exciting than a code red.
Oh yeah, so much more exciting.
Code brown. Yeah.
Because you want to see the devastation of it all.
Well, this is like. But what happened was, see if someone, right? This is class, right? See whenever I was lifeguard. See if someone shit in the pool, right? If it was solid and you could scoop it out, 10 minutes, you just let the fucking water cycle around for a bit. It'll be everyone back in again, right? You just get everyone out, give them a rinse, and then put them back in the pool. See if it's like sick or shit and it like breaks up and starts to disperse. Whole pool closed, 24 hours to get the whole cycle back out. So if I'd seen it, I would leave it about 10 minutes, let it dissolve a wee bit and disperse out into the water. and then call it in and be like, lads, code brown, we gotta shut this off. And obviously if there's no pool open, we just have to sit there until like the shift ends at 10:30. It was unbelievable. I used to celebrate when I seen shit in the pool. It was great.
Sorry, Sean. You're talking like this happened regular?
At least once a week.
Really?
I mean minimum.
Who's shit? Who's shit?
It's just Sean. It's just Sean. Sean had a nasty kebab the night before, jumped straight into the pool. Like, I'm letting that off.
No, honestly, people would be like to me, like, my child's not feeling well here. Like, they were a wee bit sick for it in the house. I'm like, keep them in the water, they'll be grand. And 2 minutes later, I'd be sitting there like, that's me clocking out for the rest of the day, lads. See you later.
It's a really weird form of like child labor, even to get you day off. You know what I mean?
It's like in the movies where everyone screams and runs away from it.
Yeah.
I would love to see in the movie, like a genuine lifeguard would just be in the background of everyone screaming, like, yes, yeah.
You know, if I was in the pool and that happened, have you ever seen the one where like they throw there's these people partying and somebody throws like a real life tiger into the pool?
Yeah.
And the guy with my similar build, he's trying to like push himself up out of the water, and I'm like, that's me in that situation. I'm dead.
Fair. Did you see? I think you posted about it, Sean. James Charles arrived in Belfast. That's a weird crossing of like that's a weird crossing of communities from the old Americas and all.
He's a nonce.
That's 100%. Yeah, like, and I get weird with this sort of stuff when people just forget. So like, or just be like, no, push that to the side. Don't worry. He's got a line up here. You know what I mean? Just fucking don't worry about it. You know. And there's probably like fucking wins there, genuinely.
Well, that's how all his fans kind of are, aren't they? Like, there's no one really that old that's going to go see. What I did enjoy and find very funny about it was that Be Perfect store in Belfast is in Castle Court. So there's just videos of him standing in the middle of Castle Court. what a downfall.
Class.
Imagine. I don't know. Weird thing, man. Weird thing.
I don't know. People are. Though I think that's because that used to be like a thing when you were like famous. You went to like a shopping center. Now anymore.
I like how they're bringing that back though. I do like not maybe this example, but I like that sort of go to the and you might see like in Nuri famously had do you remember Chico from the X Factor?
Yes. Oh yeah.
He was he was helping to open the Debenhams in the Keys at the time. And it was him, and then there was like 2 elevators, right? There was 2 escalators. One went down, so all you seen was Chico come down, and we're like, "Fuck, that's class." Then going up the other one, guess who they had? The Cheeky Girls.
What?
The Cheeky Girls ex Chico and Debenhams. I mean, the town's never recovered from it, honestly.
Nuri, a hidden gem. You know, that's reading there. Like,
it's not just you, Dar Matthews, and Liam McCoy.
Do you remember Wagner?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the really weird fucking mustachy guy that definitely touched up kids. He ran the Teen Elk, which is in like Toom.
Yes.
Where he went down. That's a new thing. I don't know. That's a weird thing that I would be weirded if people asked me to do it. But like the new trend for like people on TikTok and all the rest is that they go to like teenage discos.
That is mad.
You know what I mean? But that is genuinely a thing. Like they're invited to it as like a fucking guest or whatever.
What age are you, John?
I'm 29.
You probably didn't miss this then, but I remember like we were going to like teenage discos. You would have got like celebrities in. Like you would have got,
like
there would have been somebody
you would have got like Bass Hunter, you know what I mean? Like you would have got Bass Hunter.
You would have got the people, but I remember, do you remember Geordie Shore?
Yeah.
So Scotty T, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He was in the nightclub that we were all in, right? And I'm like, well, it was an over 18 one, but there's a load of like an over 18 disco. There's a load of people who shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But and like all these girls were like hugging. He was filling them all up and all. I'm like, she's 15, like.
That's insane.
There's a
photo of me somewhere on the internet at a teenage disco, and it's me with like my mates and gals from Geordie Shore, and we're all just going like this. Remember that post? Remember that? And we're all wearing like Rihanna t-shirts with like brown chinos and white orange shoes. Oh,
that was the style back then. Yeah.
I know. I grew up in that I grew up in the real gothy grungy phase. You know, it's another hidden past of mine. I was like a city centre goth for a while. For about 4 or 5 years.
No way.
I tried to be a grunger one time when I was first year. I remember coming home to get me into like rock music. I bought like a Kerrang Hits CD.
Oh, Kerrang was class.
You're talking 99, 2000. And I remember two brothers came home from school and I was listening to this Kerrang CD, and two brothers beat the shit out of me and were like, "You're not listening to that shitty music. You're not." And they actually sat me down and I was listening to like all these rave songs, and then I eventually found rap music then. So
that was the call. I went.
So,
I don't know what I grew up. Marfelt was weirdly goth at that period. You know, Marfelt, Cookstown, were the center, the epitome of fucking goth culture.
Here it is a depressing as fuck place.
It is. Jesus, you need it. You know what I mean? Like you need it. You need something. You need something there, because most people just come to Marfelt to retire and die. Like that's the only two things you've got, you know, left there. But like, you know, we just worshipped. I don't know, like fucking Skull. Like you said, Skulls was the other one. Skulls, Kerrang, were like the two main music channels. You know, you went through the phase where it was like, well, like I liked Iron Maiden, Metallica, you know, the kind of heavier stuff. But the sort of the year after me was when that whole like My Chemical Romance, the emo stuff came out, you know, that sort of way. But I had the long hair and all, and for a very short period, I did have like a side fringe and you know, that sort of stuff. I went full hate, like, you know what I mean? Never, and I was always, you know, like I was always perceived as the gay one, you know what I mean? Which is still, you know,
still
possible.
Perceived as the gay one, yeah.
No excuse there, but the weirdest thing about it all was like fucking the amount of like there was almost like a war between the culty goths and the city hall goths regularly, you know what I mean, on who was just better, and one always tried to outmatch the other on like what you would buy from Fresh Garbage or whatever. Like it was crazy, it was crazy times back then. We were worried about rave and you know, drugs or whatever. We were worried about like who was wearing the coolest My Chemical Romance t-shirt, you know.
Somebody
as well. Going ahead.
Somebody buy like a Tarantula. We're like, look how depressed I am. I bought a Tarantula. I just went and bought a tortoise.
It was whatever cunt could put up like the, you know, like the most depressing quote on fucking MySpace or MSN or whatever, or you know, BlackBerry Messenger, just not feeling great today, lads. You know, that sort of way, like the real low hanging fruit.
The new Arch PCA slogan is just going to be a turquoise isn't just for your grunge phase.
It's right. The tortoise is the opposite of a fucking emo, because that thing lives to like 120. You know what I mean? That thing's going to outlive me.
That's going to be mental. Imagine your tortoise burying you. That's so sad.
No. I don't fucking love to bury me. You know what I mean? It's
been on your death for some time.
It probably hopes that I have a heart attack and die so they can fucking stun me. Turns out it actually has been a carnivore the whole time. But it's the goth thing was weird because it's anime kids now. That's the new just from my experience online and work, like that's the new thing. Like there is no goth kids anymore. They're all into fucking Naruto or whatever. And you know, there is no bullying apparently anymore. So like they're out of control, you know.
What?
You know, there's no bullying's like massively decreased, like since our time, you know what I mean? And nowadays, like, you know, it's put down right away. You know, it still exists, but it's definitely a diluted version of what we had to go through. Because I got the fuck kicked out of me. You know what I mean? You don't have that as much anymore. Nowadays, they're sort of it's corrective behavior you get a lot of. So therefore,
I would say it's not that it's got physical bullying has gone away. The online bullying must be rife. I feel it's the kids are smart. Like, kids are still bullying. Like,
yeah. It's got to
you've got to get the runt of the letter out somehow. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's how you make millionaires, though. You know what I mean? That's how they're made, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, raw bullying. You know, but I don't think the online is the same added effect as getting, you know, like beaten down by 30 of your classmates. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true.
But I definitely think there's something to it. You know what I mean? There's something to the old bullying that's beneficial. You know.
Pardon you. Look at Talal. Talal's now just fine.
Yeah.
I look at him.
Look at me now. I actually the older I've got, the more bullying I've got, the more bullied I've been.
Really?
Right? Yeah. What do you mean, really?
Because I think, like, bullying doesn't really. I don't think. Well, it does, obviously. Oh, Jesus Christ! Here comes the people that give me shit. Bullying kind of stops after, like, your mid-20s. I think it all goes like, you can get a bit of slag and a bit.
That's
of whatever,
even pushing
bullying.
18 would be like, as soon as you leave school, really, that's the end of it.
Bullying, you know? Like, I never got bullied in school, like.
You were hard.
No, I was just I was sort of like middle, so I wasn't like the cool kids.
Aye.
But I wasn't like the John Devlin, and I wasn't like I was like, it wouldn't have been weird to see me hanging about with, like, the lads. It also wouldn't have been weird to see me hanging out with, like, the losers, for lack of a better phrase there. I was sort of
thanks.
Kind of like I am now. I've never really fitted in anywhere. Like, you can't fit me in anywhere. Insert fat joke there somewhere, but you can't really.
Is that drama coming out?
Fitting in. I now finally know what size I am in Chinese sizes.
Right.
5XL. 5XL. I ordered a jersey off DHG at 5XL. Let's get it.
I thought you were going to make a real racist joke there. You're like, I don't know, size on the Chinese, like, super value munchie box or something. I don't know what you're
Super value. Why has Super Value not done that? Super value munchie box.
Yeah, my local Chinese, they do. That's what they serve. They serve you a super value munchie box. It's obviously like a pizza box, the way the Chinese intended it to be. You know.
Yeah.
Chips, obviously. Chips, noodles, rice, Sanchez chicken, ribs, spring rolls, curry sauce, and there's something else in it. A big tub of curry in the middle of it. Guess how much that costs? £14. Unbelievable.
I'll tell you quick. That would kill you quick.
Did you have Super Values?
Yeah. We had a Super Values now at Tesco's, though. It's kind of sad, but
Super Values is the ultimate dash shop. It is the dash shop. Like,
yeah.
What do I have today? Whatever the fuck was in the oven from Super Value, just like 3 silver trays in the oven.
When you said like Super Value munchie box, I thought it was like going to be like 3/4 Chinese, packet of potato, cheese and onion, fucking rich tea biscuits and
half the usual
beetroot and ham. It's like
right, we'll jump into some weekly rants from our boys over.
Let's do it.
Yep.
We're Talal up this whole show to get him in good form because he was coming a bit hot-headed before the episode there, but hopefully the dust is settled. Talal, what is your weekly rant this week?
Cyclists. It's now dark at 7.
No.
I agree. As the other.
No, hear me out. It's now dark at 7 p.m. Fucking stay indoors. Right? I was way over here, Sean, right? And I stuck behind 3 cyclists with flashing lights. Get the fuck inside. Get the fuck indoors.
Yeah.
No need to be cycling at the fucking night time. And runners as well. Yeah. I don't care that you're wearing a fucking high vis. I'm on TikTok on my phone. Fuck off. You know what I mean? I hit you, it's not my fault. Say the fuck indoors, right? That was just, but the one I really wanted to talk about here is, and it really grinds my gears, and I don't think you guys are going to agree with me here. See dickheads that park in mother and toddler parking spaces and like disabled spots, and they don't qualify to park on those spots. Splash in hell.
Talal, I just want to stop you there. Not every disability is a hidden disability, or whatever it is. Like not every or disability is visible. You know what I mean? Like autism and all.
Do not have to park in a space. Do not have to have a blue badge or some sort of certificate or some sort of
probably
right, and do not display it.
Like maybe
if you don't display it and you don't look disabled, I'm gonna assume that you're fully abled and you've parked there because you're a dickhead.
No.
Right? What? You should display it.
Yeah. Well, I actually think you can get fined if you don't display it. You're meant to have it. But I'll say this, right? I've only done it. I've done it once, right? I've only ever done it once in my life. And here's what I will say: disabled parking spaces. What you're saying, you should never park in them. But also, if you are able-bodied and parking them, they are fucking. There's like a voodoo witch spell on disabled parking spaces, right? I parked in one time. I was working like a brand new job I had with a 30-minute break. I had no lunch. Had to drive quickly to the shop. Was going to park at the petrol pumps, not getting petrol, which also bad egg move, right?
Yes. Oh, fuck I.
Yeah, that's bad egg move. So I was like, I don't want to be a cunt, so I'll park in the disabled one because, that's not worse at all. But anyway, drove into the disabled spot and I was like, I'm going to lose my job literally if I don't get back in time. So doesn't just fit. Got out of the car, ran and got my food, came back. My car has always notoriously had problems with fucking doors, but this was the first time this ever happened. I come back to the car, pick the door, wouldn't open. I was going, oh, fuck me. Usually the key, that'll crack it open. Wouldn't open. I'm going, oh my God, no. But my car did this thing. If you hold the open button, the windows will roll down. Go from the outside. So I had to roll the windows down from the outside. I was like, right, get my hand inside, do the latch, open it that way. Still wouldn't fucking open. I had to, the most able-bodied man ever getting into the disabled car parking space ever, climb in through my window into this disabled spot. Like literally had like both legs in, sliding in like it's here. People looking at me going, are you all right? And then I thought to myself, people are either going to think he's a cunt or he's so disabled he doesn't know he can't open his door. I slid it. I slid in then. I just quickly, Joe, fucking start the engine, reverse. I drove away. Fucking left my lunch sitting on top of the car, rolled off the back. Complete waste of time.
Yeah. If anything, you fit the profile. You know what I mean? That's pretty good.
Because I did think about it, getting out of the car, going, got a limp, should I do something? And I was like, don't do that, that's bad crack. Like, but don't park in them because they're fucking there's voodoo spells in them. They don't even get that crack.
When you got home, did you get out of the car the same way?
Yeah. I've never opened a door in a car since. I just had to No, literally, as soon as I got home, pulled the handle door open. I was like, you can't. But I'm with you, Talal. Definitely, you should not be parking in disabled spots or the other ones as well. No way. That's
right. I can take them right now. And I don't abuse it because, like, I easily could park in a mother and toddler because I have a car seat and I have 2 car seats in my car. People would look and going, "Oh, he's too heat," but I would never abuse it because there's nothing as bad, right, as trying to squeeze in 2 fucking children into a car when you've that much of a fucking gap and going mental. Fucking drives me insane. And I don't care if you leave the engine running to, like, as an indication. Oh, it'll only be 2 minutes. No, fuck you. Park. We should park. That's it.
Can I double up on your anger for a wee second, right? I'm gonna add a stipulation to it, right? What about people, Talal, who have a disabled member of their family and have the blue badge, but they're not disabled, but they use the blue badge when the person's not in the car?
That's worse.
Aye.
That's way worse.
Yeah. That's taking advantage of fucking It depends if it's like it would be circumstantial with me, but at the same time, I'm like, if you don't qualify yourself to park in those spots, fuck off. Like, get out of it.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
You know what I mean? I didn't come to this country on the back of a boat. to have to put my children in the fucking back end of Rushmere fucking car park. Let me tell you, I claim my benefits like every other man.
That's it.
I always feel like it's the hard part then for us to segue into because we're gonna have John's rant now, but I just feel that was particularly aggressive between the two of you. And now John, whatever you said, Talal's just gonna go, nah, fuck you, wrong. What's your rant, John? Tell us what's on your chest.
I'll sort of piggyback off the first statement that Talal made. What I'm finding a lot recently is, what age you know, Sean?
26.
26. Okay. I assumed older, but that's okay. And Talal, you're
44.
104 based on that logic.
104, fair enough.
I'm 35.
35, right. So have you seen, old people over 30 now, I'm like 30 in like 2 weeks on Tuesday or whatever. A lot of cunts are turning straight to into the kind of motivational speakers. Have you seen this recently? Do you know like the ones that are really mad, but like they're not? I'm not talking about your Tom Smiths of the world or anything like that who've done it for years. I'm talking about like there's one lad who just started running, and now he is like, I am, like you can do this. You can do this just like me, even though I've been, like running playing Gaelic since I was 4. But like you can do it, you big fat fucks, you can do this. You know what I mean? It got me thinking, like it got me into like a stream of thought recently. It's like motivation can be kind of like dangerous. You know what I mean? It can be kind of one of them things. Like there's a lot of motivated people that went to Everest and they're still on Everest because they froze to death. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them things. Like I can't stand those sort of videos. They're the one of the things that I don't mind the odd person who's fucking done something with their life. They survived cancer, whatever it is. Not all motivational videos are bad motivational videos, but when it's just fucking Phil from down the street who's decided for a week he started running and he had to record it, just to make himself feel special or whatever. That's where I grinds my gears. Fuck you.
I fully back that, John. There's not bad. Somebody starts something like, say as you say, start running or fucking CrossFit or some sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it totally consumes their life. And they're like, look at me. I used to get up at 7:30 in the morning, be in work for 8 a.m. Now I get up at 4 a.m. to go to work for 8 a.m. for the exact same job.
Who wake up? The ones who never mention. The things he never mentioned about that, right? It fucks me up even more. It's like cunts who turn around and say things like, I get up at 4 a.m. before everybody else. Those people go to bed at 7 p.m. You know what I mean? They go to bed real. That's worse. That's more dehumanizing or masculating or whatever. Imagine saying, right? No, I'm just finished dinner there. Look what I'm just finished. I just got home from there, but it's actually bedtime. I'm going to go to bed here. It's 8:30. Fuck me. Don't keep me up any later than that. It's literally 8:30. No, that's
the Champions League starting. No, it's way past
Are you just going out there, lads? Do you just want to go out at 2 p.m.?
It's the people who like go full scale. So there's a guy. You probably know him. Keeper LS. Do you know who this guy is?
I know.
Ryan Quinn.
I might know him from the internet. Is he on the internet? Is that the?
Oh yeah.
I probably know him to see.
A very successful dude. Unbelievable successful guy. But he is just like some of the stuff doesn't make sense. But he's like, get yourselves away. But it's because it's a big cult. Motivational talks lose what the point when it's in a culty accent. Lose the paints. Lose the facts.
You don't need
lose the kebabs. You don't need them.
You don't
get
need
yourself
them.
up out of your bed. Get to your walk. Full like culture accent. He's like, look at me. I get up and I'll jump into the shower and out the window and out the door and he's like,
and I'm straight away. There's only 3 things you need in life, and that's your wains, your wife, and your job, and that's you. You know what I mean? You don't need nothing else. You don't be worrying about nothing.
He's like, you've no excuse to not be in shape. I don't care who you are, what you are. You've no excuse not. He goes, I won't even stop. He goes, a man stopped me in the local shop, asked me for advice, and I said, sure, why would I help you when you won't help yourself? Look at you. And I'm just like, that is genius. It's genius marketing because you can't not listen. Why would I help you and you won't help yourself? He literally asked me for help. Like,
I think there's something wrong with the people that like can't go about a normal day. Do you know, like it's like your mental health will improve if you do an ice bath every day. And I'm like, if you can't survive without doing an ice bath, you're mentally not okay.
Yeah.
Either. Like we're all in the same fucking boat here. I don't know. I think the most healthy people in the world are these. Do you know these people that raw dog? The fucking just do nothing. Stare at nothing, look at nothing, go for a run without headphones, sit in a plane without nothing, and be happy. That is the most mentally sound person in the world. Like nothing stimulates him. Like
if anybody wants to know how much of a Catholic Sean Aleavey is, raw dog, no protection,
straight
it.
Here, I really hope that nickname doesn't catch on. Sean Raw Dog Aleavey. Don't be calling me that, right? Don't be calling me that.
Sean could get a Hail Mary in before he's finished. You know what I mean? Start to finish.
I'll get about halfway through
it. You would be an unbelievable motivational speaker. Raw Dog Aleavey here.
100%.
I can't wait because like if you notice now, right? So we all obviously do stand up. We haven't fucking really touched on stand up this episode. People are like, thank fuck. But like this is the projection of stand up careers I've noticed anyway, right? You go from like low level and just rise. Yeah. Do a Netflix special, do about 3 or 4 of them, and then just become a motivator. Like Kevin Hart does more motivational speeches now than he does.
Jimmy Carr started as well.
I think did you ever see the memes of Jimmy Carr where it's like fucking he's making nonce jokes and all this here, and then he's like the cause of depression is thinking about depression. And you're going, what? What's we got here?
I hate
is there
oh, Jesus, I know.
Is there a point?
Talal
hated it so much.
Talal hated it so much.
I disconnected. Talal actually looks like he's about to go into prayer. Like, Our Father who art in heaven.
I wonder if I give him a boot.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
You back, Talal? There you go.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah.
That really triggered you there, didn't
it? I literally broke your internet there. It's weird. Who do you think will be first out of the comedians here? Then to go straight to like, who do you think will be the ones that would hit the motivational speeches straight away? You know, sitting on the
raw dog.
Okay. Already working on, lads. Getting my TED talk ready as we speak.
I don't know. It's like nobody's not good of like shape health wise. You know,
So I think you need to be mental. You need to hit a certain level where it's like, well, the comedy's not doing it anymore. I need to start selling courses online. You know, like that's sort of where you need to hit. I think you'd be good at that. Like, you know, you got like the, you know, like, no, I once as a kid who, you know, had a stammer, and now I do stand up for a living. You know what I mean? Like, you could definitely roll off that. I think there's a story there. You need the sad music in the background, just you know, like.
No, I just need you know, that ding 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 ding. You just need it slowed way down on the reverb. Ding 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 ding. That would be right.
My name is Talal Jomar. Oh, that's a bit right there, Steph.
You just imagine, like, at 5 years of age, I was ripped from my homeland, dragged all the way to Tyrone.
We're actually, well, we have to do this for your solo show. We have to make like interlude. But like, I've got it all planned. We're going to do it like you in the sand, but it's like fucking Helm's Bay or something like that. And then
just me like a wee sandbox that my kids have outside.
If anyone has access to a camel, give us a call. Right? We're gonna Talal's going to ride a camel into the solo show in the money. We can make this happen. We can make it happen.
The power of the internet will make us work.
I want to touch on John because a load of people will be really curious because obviously, like, you've branched out into the stand-up world as of how long? 6 months or so.
6.5 months now. Since February, end of February last year, or end of February this year.
And was it just the like? Because you've done like the videos online, you're like, this is something I want to branch into. Was it something you always wanted to do?
It's weird. It was, of all people, it was James McKegney. James McKegney, me and him sat down. I was going on the Justin Freeburn like user hectic for the first time, and that was one of the questions: when the fuck are you going to start stand up? And I always thought about it, and then I was like, do you know what? There's no transition. There's no point where anything that I've learned in the last 3 years online works. You know, on stage. You know, that sort of way. So I wanted to start from the ground and just go from just keep failing and going up. You just got to keep feeling and going up, guys. You know, that's the key. To life, you know, feel forward. You know, feel forward. That's it.
And is it like, go on, Tal?
Why would we help you when you don't help yourself? No, I mean that's
exactly.
Has it been as difficult as you thought it'd be, or do you thought it'd be easier, or like?
I never told you. No, I probably never have. Like when I was, so I had like I had this thing. You'll notice before I go on stage, I look like I'm about to have a panic attack. Usually it's because I am, but it's because when I was a kid, when I was 13, I had to go up and do a I was wild into music when I was growing up, you know, and I learned guitar for about 6 months. And I remember learning Sweet Home Alabama. That was my jam. That was my tune. And I was going to go up, and I was 13. I was going to go up in front of the whole school and play Sweet Home Alabama. I was fucking ready for it or whatever. I went up and I played like for 3 minutes because I totally forgot the first lyric and I couldn't recover. And as I swear to God now, afterward, you know, typically fucking parents in the audience would have like been like, I know, you know, fair play to you for trying all this. Not a single clap, not a single. Just I heard coughing at the back. That was all I got. And then I walked off stage, you know what I mean? And then I got bullied profusely for about 6 months. So like ever since then, I've always had that kind of like, don't fuck up, don't forget your shit, don't forget your shit. You know, that's the way. And it's ended up fucking me a few times. But like, yeah, there's sort of an innate fear to it, I think, when you start. And then you kind of get used to it over a certain period of time. And it sort of feels a wee bit more natural now or whatever. But because fucking you never stop learning. You know, that's the thing about it. Like you always think you got a grasp of it, and then it's like, no, fuck you. You know, that's the way we're going again.
What I like about stand-up is it's like, as you said, like you think you're going well, and maybe had a run of gigs where it's going really well, and next thing you rock up to somewhere and you die and you're holding, you
get a stinker, like and you build it up in your head. You always think to yourself, like, before I go on, I'm always like, I got this. You know, you're fucking, your whole setback. You're going up, like, for me, where I'm at now, maybe you just don't do it anymore, but like when I'm going up on the bus, say, for example, to Madden's or something, I'm fucking over and over and over again in my head, being like, the only thing I'm thinking about. Then I get there, as soon as I'm about to go on stage, somebody makes a noise in the front, forgot the whole thing. That's always how it goes. Like, and then you have to play the recovery game, which I'm still fucking new to, you know, that sort of way. So, okay, it happens, you know, that sort of way. It's I'm enjoying it, and I think that's the most important thing about it. Like, it's a matter of just keeping yourself not taking it seriously, but not taking it to the point where like you have one bad run and you're ready to quit, you know, that sort of way.
I'll say this much, like I joke when I opened saying like doing stand-up 2 years, didn't think it would take off, and it hasn't. Even whenever I started, I was convinced within 2 years I'd be on Netflix. Everyone comes into it going like, even though you're trying to be humble, you're like, worst case scenario, I'll have a YouTube special. I'd probably like do well. Hell,
it is a 10-year game. Like,
it is so crazy.
How long have you been doing it now, Talal? Like, how long have you been?
Well, I'll be 3 years now in November.
Fair.
I'm the same.
So you stopped roughly around the same time.
Yeah.
Fair.
It is one of those ones where like sort of like we sort of started in a real good time because we got to do deadly gigs real early because we entered at the boom, and every gig we went on was like selling out and fucking. Yeah, it was great. So I definitely found this year a lot tougher to even get like gigs and that's just my own.
There's also more comedians out as well, though, and people and like
they're hungry as fuck. Like, that's the thing I keep not understanding is like, I always thought it was for the longest time somebody must have said it. It was one of them comedians. So like, I don't be like asking for gigs. You know what I mean? And then I'd be like. No, but for the whole time, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like for 3-4 months, I was just kind of like, I would show up to Madness or whatever, and then somebody would be like, "Oh, do you want to do pavilion? Do you want to do something out there?" I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, 100%, aye." But I've never like from then. I've only recently started to be like, "Here, have you got any spots?" You know, and that's sort of the key of it. I think the other weird thing that I have is obviously the online presence too. So it's a weird thing I think for me to go up and talk about fucking having a third ball. But what people expect you to say is like, are you Catholic Protestant? You know what I mean? I tend to try and avoid the hack stuff, that sort of way for over here. Unless it works. But like, I
think everyone's way too harsh on themselves when they start out. Even now, I'm 2 years in. be hack, be fucking anything. Just do whatever makes people laugh and just get people going. I think I look back on like everything I've done like the last 2-3 years and stuff like that, material I've like just sacked off, and I'm like, that's people were laughing at that. What are you being?
I know what you mean.
It's so hard to make people laugh. Like, just fucking go with whatever.
I think that's the big thing. Like a lot of people who like you get this weird thing where it's like a lot of people now would say to you like, you got it for fucking the last 2-3 years. You know, people are like, you're so fucking brave for standing up here. Like I couldn't do it. You get boys who fucking like fight for a living. They'd be like, I couldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? I could not. You nearly get your head fucking kicked in. And it's like it's the weirdest thing.
No, raw dog here.
Raw dog back Aleavey.
Are you still talking about the box?
All right.
1-on-1, baby. 1-on-1. Yeah.
Didn't he want to be?
No.
It's all right. It'll never happen again, so don't worry about
it. Sean is the most like he will end you in the most unsubtle way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'll never happen again.
You know what, I've talked about this recently. I need to stop doing that because I know I'm joking there, but people will one, you'll cry when we turn this off, and two, people at home be like, what a dick. I go downstairs and make a cup of tea and laugh in half an hour. That was great crack.
Sean Aleavey, the comedian devil. You know what I mean?
That's a raw dog.
Yeah,
that's raw dog. I can't fucking around with raw dog.
100%. That's gonna be your nickname, man. The raw dog.
I can't wait for my next first ever hour just to be Fear the Raw Dog and just
Fear the Raw Dog. I know it is. You just go on stage and say nothing.
No. Fuck comedy. He just goes on and gives a full motivational speech for an hour. Like, wise the fuck up. Get off the drink. Get off the drugs. You know, drink. Take protein. Fucking get the work.
But right, I think that's a nice place to end it. A wee bit of comedy chat at the end. John, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. You know what I mean?
It's been great, John. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't my choice to have you on here, but I feel like
I know. I literally. I thought it was only Sean, unfortunately, you know. But I'll be honest, it was a surprise. I wouldn't say it's a nice one to see Sean. It's a surprise, you know.
Had to win him round. I was like, look, he is a culture, like he's kind of culture. I know he had a wee golf days, but he is culture, like.
And it is true. The cameras don't lie. You know what I mean? You know, it is fucking ridiculous.
John, you've been tortoise. Nothing you can say to me. That's what you want. No, honestly, it's been a great having you on. You're a good guest.
Thank you very
much. We're going to find you. That's hilarious. I'm like, where can we find you? You have more followers than us combined. But John Devlin Comedy, is it now?
John Devlin Comedy.
On Instagram and TikTok.
On Instagram and TikTok.
Sweet.
And that's us. Like.
See you all later.
This is the problem with the raw dog. It's awkward, isn't it?
He's raw dog in the end.
He's raw dog in the end.
Too awkward after you raw dog.
Gonna wait it out like that. We're gonna be here for another 15 minutes. You know when you run into somebody again after you walk away from them? This is what this feels like.
Oh, it's so awkward. It is the most awkward thing.
So, is any gigs coming up? Holiday.